struggling with direction, these 50 quotes will guide your journey. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Aristotle. Wisdom begins in wonder. Socrates. Turn your wounds into wisdom. Oprah Winfrey. Patience is the companion of wisdom. Saint Augustine. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. William Shakespeare. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. Albert Einstein. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Socrates. In seeking wisdom, the first step is silence, the second is listening, the third is remembering, the fourth is practicing, and the fifth is teaching others. Solomon ibn Gabirol. Silence is a source of great strength. Laozi. An intelligent heart acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 15. A wise man can learn more from a foolish question than a fool can learn from a wise answer. Bruce Lee. To acquire knowledge, one must study, but to acquire wisdom, one must observe. Marilyn Vos Savon. Honesty is the first chapter in the Book of Wisdom. Thomas Jefferson. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks he becomes. Mahatma Gandhi. It is not length of life but depth of life. Ralph Waldo Emerson. It is not what we have, but what we enjoy that constitutes our abundance. Epicurus. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. Charles Darwin. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Laozi. Beware of false knowledge. It is more dangerous than ignorance. George Bernard Shaw. Knowledge is of no value unless you put it into practice. Anton Chekhov. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Viktor Frankl. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Albert Einstein. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Albert Einstein. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Eleanor Roosevelt. Do what you feel in your heart to be right, for you'll be criticized anyway. Eleanor Roosevelt. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. Socrates. Wisdom is knowing what to do next. Virtue is doing it. David Starr Jordan. If you are patient in one moment of anger, you will escape 100 days of sorrow. Chinese proverb. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Friedrich Nietzsche. A wise man makes his own decisions. An ignorant man follows public opinion. Chinese proverb. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. Aristotle. He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened. Laozi. Do not confine your children to your own learning, for they were born in another time. Chinese proverb. Prejudice is a burden that confuses the past, threatens the future, and renders the present inaccessible. Maya Angelou. Even strength must bow to wisdom sometimes. Rick Riordan. Anger is the enemy of non-violence, and pride is a monster that swallows it up. Mahatma Gandhi. A man who has committed a mistake and doesn't correct it is committing another mistake. Confucius. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. Baltasar Gracian. The invariable mark of wisdom is to see the miraculous in the common. Ralph Waldo Emerson. A mind that is stretched by a new experience can never go back to its old dimensions. Oliver Wendell Holmes. Knowledge speaks, but wisdom listens. Jimi Hendrix. Don't gain the world and lose your soul. Wisdom is better than silver or gold. Bob Marley. He who opens a school door closes a prison. Victor Hugo. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Nelson Mandela. Wisdom comes not from age, but from education and learning. Anton Chekhov. Wisdom is the power to put our time and our knowledge to the proper use. Thomas J. Watson. Be as you wish to seem. Socrates. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Aristotle. The wise adapt themselves to circumstances, as water molds itself to the pitcher. Chinese proverb.